Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome to Slade Films Daredevil Season 3. So before I begin, just a fair warning that this is going to contain spoilers for Daredevil Season 1, 2 as well as The Defenders. So if you guys haven't checked the shows prior to this review, then I suggest you do, but I'm sure most of you guys have, so let's just get on with the review. Daredevil Season 3 picks up right after the events of the Defenders. Everyone thinks Matt is dead, but as we all know, he's not. So he ends up at his childhood church where he was orphaned and is recovering there. And from this season, we can see that he's not the same man as he was before. He's mentally and physically broken. He's not fighting the same way as he used to be, and he's even lost faith in God because during one scene where he saves this victim and she went like, "Oh, thank God for you," and then he went like, "No, God didn't save you, I did." So from there we know that he's slowly losing faith in God. So the whole premise of this story is that, as we've seen in the trailer, Kingpin, aka Wilson Fisk, is now under house arrest because he's made a deal with the FBI. And so Matt is really convinced that he's up to no good, but the FBI thinks otherwise. And of course, Karen and Foggy are also fighting the same fight with the legal system, while Matt is out there, doing his vigilante stuff. Now, what I really like about season 3 is that we get to learn even more about our three main characters, Matt, Karen, and Foggy. And of course, once again, the action scenes are really good. I mean, they've taken a lot of care, work, and great choreography into these action sequences. And we can really appreciate that because, even in these big movies nowadays, we don't really see this kind of action sequences, and that's frankly quite embarrassing actually, because movies, they have a lot of time, they have all these professionals and they have huge budgets, but they can't even put together an action sequence like what Daredevil is doing time and time again. So in episode 4, we get one of the best action sequences through the entire season, and it went on for like 15 minutes with no cuts. That's really impressive. So another strong aspect of season 3 is Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin. I thought his character was written really well in this season. I mean, he was just brilliant, manipulative, and intimidating. And as we've seen in season 1, Vincent D'Onofrio gives this performance where we don't know if it's really good or bad, but I'm just gonna say good because he really has that screen presence. And each time someone pisses off his character, I just felt afraid because as we've seen in season 1, what happens when someone pisses off his character. And so yeah, it just really kept me at the edge of my seat, and I really like that. So the story I thought was alright, kind of similar to season 1, but with a little more depth, a few more additions, and a greater focus on all of our characters. So I thought Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock was excellent as well, and he gives one of his best performances, and he's really a talented actor, as we've seen ever since season 1, and I can appreciate that he's doing some of his own stunt work. So yeah, credit to that actor, and I really hope to see more from him in the future, not just in Daredevil, but maybe in movies or other TV shows, because I really think he's a talented actor. So with that being said, I'm just going to get into some of the issues I had with season 3, and I felt that it was a little draggy, especially right up to episode 5, and then slowly picks up in episode 6. I also think that we could have easily done with 10 to 11 episodes, but we got 13 instead, and that's why it kind of felt really spread out. And I can actually say that I felt bored in a couple of scenes, but I never said that about season 1 or 2, so I thought that was really one of the negatives of season 3. Also, I really like the character of Karen Page. She's this determined reporter, but time and time again she tends to make a lot of bad decisions, as we've seen in the past. And also, one of the characters, which I'm not going to reveal for the sake of keeping this spoiler free, he's really naive despite the same strategy failing time and time again, and it got really annoying for me. So yeah, that was some of the issues I had with the writing for the characters. Daredevil season 3 is not the best or the worst addition in the Marvel Netflix TV shows, but it's right in the middle for me. A pretty solid story, a great antagonist, and well developed characters, but minor issues here and there. So with all that being said, I'm gonna give Daredevil season 3 a B. So definitely go check this season out, but don't expect it to reach the heights of season 1, but you can expect great action as usual. One more thing, right, that I want to address is Netflix has cancelled, of course, Iron Fist 2 weeks ago, and recently they've cancelled Luke Cage. So I really hope they don't touch Daredevil, because at the moment it's my favorite series, and I really don't know where they're going with this in the future, especially with the Defenders. I guess there won't be a season 2, so that's pretty that sucks, but yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.